What is up, YouTube? It's your boy NFL Mesa Productions here, and today we will be doing a post-game reaction to the New York Giants versus the Washington Redskins game. The Giants did win this game 24-3. The first thing I want to get off my chest is the injury of Ryan Connelly. Ryan Connelly, did not look good at all. It did not look good. He couldn't apply no pressure on it. We're already thin at linebacker. It was coming into this year. It was already a position that we were not skilled at all. We traded away B.J. Goodson to the Packers. Alec Ogletree and Tay Davis missed this game, and Ryan Connelly was basically promoted to the starting inside middle linebacker position. And before the injury, he was doing really good. He had a sack, he had an interception, and he also had, I want to say, five or four tackles. But yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way automatically. Ryan Connelly did leave this game with it was a knee injury. He got carted off the field. And when you get carted off the field, it's never good. So I really hope that it's nothing too serious. I really do hope it's something too serious. They say he might be done for the year, but I hope it's not a tear. I hope it's just hyperextension or something. But yeah, because we're already thin at linebacker, and he was doing really, really good this year for him just to be a rookie. So and it was a fifth round selection also. So yeah, I want to get off my chest. Ryan Connelly he got injured in the game. You know, at a position that we're already thin at. So, you know, not good there. But first, Daniel Jones. He had a great game. He did throw his first passing interceptions today. 2 interceptions to the same cornerback, targeting the same receiver. So you know how that goes. Quentin Dunbar, both passes were rookie miscues. You know, one of them for a fact could have definitely been avoided. He just threw the ball too late, and the cornerback sped up, and he was back on his coverage, and he picked it off. You know, so he had Sterling Shepard wide open across the middle. If he would have just hit him in stride, he would have had a first down. But you know, the pressure was coming. He threw the ball. He got slaughtered and got manhandled and got hit after the throw, and he threw an interception. So, but yeah, he's a rookie. Let's not forget, he is a rookie quarterback. He just started a game where he did amazing and led his team to an comeback. So let's not knock off his game because of 2 interceptions. He still had a great game regardless. He did have a touchdown to Wayne Gallman. He scanned the field, and he just found Wayne Gallman wide open. He had a great game. You know, he didn't have an amazing game, and I don't think everybody should have been expecting him to do exactly what he did last week, because you got film, you got to see what he's good at, what he's bad at, and then it obviously shown that the Washington Redskins has been watching his film. So he didn't have the same game that he did have last week, but it's okay because he's just a rookie, and he still had a great performance. Doesn't really matter. He had a great performance. Besides the 2 interceptions, he still had a great game. It was his first home debut, and the Giants fans gave him a standing ovation on the first play. They gave him a standing ovation. So right off the rip, I feel good about that. I feel good that the Giants fans are lived up. They have energy back. They have the energy now. They have optimism. We have the Giants. If you're a Giants fan, you should be happy. You know, the Redskins, if you're a Redskins fan, you should not be happy at all. Case Keenum did start this game, and he got benched also. So, because he missed Trey Quinn. Grant Haley got toasted on a couple of plays, and he just overthrew him or could not find him. So you don't want a starting quarterback when you doing that, when you have a backup that you spent draft capital on right behind him. You know, so the Giants defense played an amazing game. Also, you know, the defense played way better. Had to be their best defensive game of the year so far. They only allowed 3 points. They got 3 sacks, 4 interceptions, and also had a touchdown off of one of those interceptions. Shout out to Jabril Peppers for that great 32-yard pick six. They played very, very good. They were the reason why we won this game. They were the reason why, even though the Giants' offense didn't play that good, they didn't have to go into an absolute scoring battle with the Redskins because the defense played very, very, very good. They were not allowing them to just complete passes all over the field like it was happening before the Tampa Bay game. Those two first games against Buffalo and Dallas were absolutely freaking murdered. It was absolute murder. They murdered the secondary. They were not able to get sacks on the quarterback. So I was very, very, very impressed by the Giants' defense. Now, my three key standouts on the defense was Janoris Jenkins, who had 2 interceptions after getting absolutely slaughtered by Mike Evans last week. He had 2 interceptions. You really didn't hear nobody catch really on him as much as last week, where Mike Evans absolutely killed him on that island that they were on. Second, Ryan Connolly, even though he did not finish the game, before that he had a great game. He had 5 tackles. He had 5 or 4 tackles. He had 5 or 4 tackles, a sack, and an interception. He was playing really, really good, and he was living up to that starting middle linebacker role. If he would have stayed in this game, I think even if Alec Ogletree would have been able to play, he wouldn't have been starting over Ryan Connelly, because Ryan Connelly was doing very, very good before he got injured. Very, very sad to see him get injured. My third key standout on the defense was Jabril Peppers, who was doing absolutely amazing in coverage. He had him a pick 6. He was doing absolutely good. He had a good, 6, 7 tackles, the interception. He was able to return it for a touchdown, showing off that speed at the safety position, showing off how good he is at being a hybrid safety. So I was very, very, those are my 3 key standouts on the defense. Everybody on defense played really good. Skipper was able to get some pressure. Marcus Golden was able to get him a sack with Skipper. They both created pressure. Dexter Lawrence had a great game. He was able to get in the backfield sometimes. O'Shane Zimmerman had a batted ball. So the defense played really, really good. This is their best defensive game all year. So I was happy that they didn't let this Redskins offense that was not good, that is not that good now, that's not going to be that good this year, just absolutely manhandle him. I was very, very, very happy that the defense played like they had something to play for. Because at first, the defense played like absolutely garbage. It looked like everybody was left on the island, not able to create any pressure, letting people catch third downs that was 3rd and 15, 3rd and 17. Today, they shut that all the way down, and I was very, very, very impressed. I was very, very, very won over for the defense, But I do want to see how good they're gonna do against the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings have a double wide receiver monster with Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. Now I want to see how good Janoris Jenkins is gonna do when he has to go up against Adam Thielen, because before that he was not doing that good against the other wide receivers like Mike Evans and Amari Cooper. Now you're going to be against a wide receiver who's better than both of them, in my opinion, who is Adam Thielen. So I want to see how good this defense is going to do against that offense, when definitely they stopped the run today. Adrian Peterson was not able to have a game that he had last year in the first game that the Giants faced the Redskins, when he had over 100 yards. He did not do any of that today. They had the running game on lockdown. They made them one-dimensional and only had them passing the ball, which they were not doing good either way. So let's see how good they're going to do when they have to go up against Dalvin Cook, who's been lighting up the league right now. So let's see how good they're going to do on that. Penalties beat the Redskins mostly, if anything. The penalties, they had a lot of penalties, a lot of pass interferences, a lot of defensive holding, a lot of, they were very, very miscommunicated. One of the interceptions for Dwayne Haskins, he threw it to Vernon Davis, but Vernon Davis didn't even finish his route, and it was tipped up, and it was intercepted by Janoris Jenkins. So I really like that the Giants took advantage of their miscommunication. I really like that they took advantage of that, because you can't expect to beat teams like the Bears and the Vikings and the Cowboys, and you can't even take advantage of when they mess up. If they're going to mess up, make sure you take advantage of that and don't let anything go down. Wayne Gallman had him a great game. He had, I want to say he had what, 116 yards from the scrimmage. He had 2 total touchdowns. He did have a fumble, but I'm not really going to worry about that because he did not fumble the ball when it actually mattered. He had a great game. You know, he replaced Saquon Barkley, and I think he's living up to that backup running back role. And now he has a chance to actually show what he actually has to offer to the Giants. I hope that he keeps playing like this until Saquon Barkley comes back, you know, because it could create a even more dynamic offense if you don't have to feed Saquon Barkley every time you run the ball. Because you have a backup running back that can also get the job done. You know, Jonathan Hillman had an okay game. He fumbled the ball where it was near the goal line. Now that's the problem that's a problem. You can't be fumbling the ball against a Redskins defense that can't cover anything at the goal line. We cannot have that. We cannot expect to win games. This offense didn't play that good this week. They played the opposite of how they played last week. You know, not knocking off. They still had a pretty okay game. Sterling Shepard was able to catch the ball. He was able to get some targets, and he was able to rack up, I want to say, a good 76 yards. Evan Ingram, they were able to give him the ball. I think you need to feed Evan Ingram more if you want to win. You know, so we cannot have 4 turnovers. We cannot do that and expect to win, and not against teams that's going to really be competing, that we have to compete against. You know, the Redskins is a team that coming into this game, we knew that we were going to beat them. Team like the Vikings and the Bears, we don't know. We do not know. They will capitalize on those turnovers. The Redskins were not able to capitalize on those turnovers at all. So the offense has to play better. I'm very, very good. I'm sold on the defense for now. I want to see how much they're gonna. Now they do good next week, also against the Vikings. Then I'm gonna really be like, okay, we have something to work with here. But until then, let's focus on just keep on improving, keep playing good like they did today, and the offense has to play better. You know, those 4 turnovers, their teams are going to capitalize on it and have to and score on that. The Redskins could never score off of the turnovers that we committed. So until then, we will see how good they will do. I am going to do a video about the Sunday Night Football game with the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. But until then, the Giants beat the Redskins 24-3. And until then, it's been your boy, NFL Midsight Productions. And I'm out. Peace. Big Blue. Go Giants.